Okay, guys, so we're going to talk a little bit about not my grimace, and the fact that I haven't filmed here in a hot second, but we're going to talk about workouts, blood sugar, keto adapting, and all of that. So basically, a lot of you guys, you work out in the wrong way because you're still trying to take the concepts of how you lifted before, which was on caffeine, and protein powders, and pre-workouts, and then you go to the gym, and then you go full keto, and that's not going to work because if you drop your carbohydrates, you're not keto adapted. It takes a while to develop enzymes to even make the ketones. And a lot of you guys, of course, have the metabolic damage or derangement that I'm always speaking of. You go to the gym, you just start keto, you go to the gym, you lift heavy, your blood pressure spikes, cortisol spikes, yeah, and you start to go into gluconeogenesis, break down muscle, as a lot of people here do, even if they are not keto or trying keto or whatever. So what you guys want to do is you want to be smart. You want to go into your workouts with the thinking. You want to slow motion it down to a crawl with nice, deep muscle contractions going super slow, right? Going slow. A lot of you guys are like, that's not going to work, guys. We're trying to keep the blood pressure moderate, and we're not trying to have high spikes in blood pressure because we're not trying to create a cortisol spike, especially if you've been here for a while, like I have today. Then your blood sugar is going to spike if this is your first week in trying keto. Even if you've been doing it for a while, your blood sugar is still too high. So why is it that some people work out and their blood sugar improves, and then some people work out and their blood sugar is awful? Well, if you guys have bad blood glucose numbers, if it spikes too high post-workout, that means that, yeah, GLUT4 receptors, the receptor sites, aren't gobbling up all that glucose, and you might have a little tinge of glucose or insulin resistance. So the ones who can clear out their glucose have more of a an insulin sensitivity. So for those who have a difficult time with lowering their glucose post-workout, you might have a little bit of insulin resistance, a little tinge of it or a lot of it. So for those who have a spike in glucose, it's clear that you need to crank down your workouts. Working out isn't sweating to death, and that's not indication of burning fat. People really have that concept completely incorrect. And so what you want to do is go smart. Go smart with their thinking as you enter your grimace, yeah? Because if you don't, you're not going to adapt very well. Now, it's morning time for me out here in sunny Cali, all right? So the best times to work out are between 11 and 2. Why? Because in the morning, I know some of you guys can't change your schedule, so it is what it is. I'd rather have you work out at like 5:30 in the morning than 5:30 p.m. The most optimal time to work out is between around 10 and 2, because once cortisol gets your faculties up and running and your blood is your heart rate's gone up, your blood's uncongealed, you're ready to go, blood circulating, nervous system's crack-a-lacking. Now you can go work out without putting pressure on the adrenals to create energy that you don't have, because a lot of you have inverted cortisol, which means your cortisol's too low. So if your cortisol's too low and you go to the gym and you force a workout early in the morning, you might make it difficult to actually keto adapt doing that. So guys, we got to be very, very smart with how we start our workouts. Lifting really heavy, powerlifting, Olympic training, all this kind of stuff, CrossFit. These aren't the smartest in the first 4 weeks of your keto adaptation. Cardio, elliptical, even for a lot of women, interval training, high intensity interval training, and a lot of you guys get those windows incorrect, because the point is you don't even know why you're doing it. The point is to not get your cortisol to spike too high, so at night you want to release growth hormone, make ketones, drop body fat between 10 and 12 at night, 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. That's what we want. So the way that you go after your workouts is hypercritical how you guys do it. And a lot of you guys do it the wrong way. So what I suggest for people to do, for those who aren't like myself, maybe a potential athlete your whole life and you're starting back in your gym, go slow, take your time. You can use cardio to warm up for 5 minutes. After that, get your ass off that stuff and start lifting. Dumbbells, kettlebells. If you like kettlebells, go ahead. Dumbbells, bands, body weight, calisthenics, freaking whatever. Just literally start to use these muscles. Getting your muscles, the mitochondria in your muscle cells, to become to gobble up the glucose, the glucose receptor sites. That is the best way to get into ketosis in the beginning. For those who do the CrossFit powerlifting, give yourself 4 weeks and crank it down before you crank it back up. We just want to try to get into ketosis and get your brain to be addicted to the freaking ketos, which is very, very difficult to do. Get a glucometer. Don't use your urine strips. Don't use the breathalyzer. There's even this new thing that a client was saying this morning about sticking something in your skin and your belly. I don't know. I gotta go Google. She sent me the link. Just a new way for diabetics who are sick of pricking their fingers. Okay, guys. So if you want to learn more about how to work out, what kind of workouts, literally, how to schedule the timing of your workouts. Don't work out in the evening because you know that's the parasympathetic part of your day. You're supposed to be calming down because around 3, your cortisol wants to go down and your melatonin wants to rise, and then you're going to work out at night, and all of a sudden your cortisol becomes inverted. You don't sleep to REM state, 5th level, and then you're not keto adapting. You don't understand why every time in the morning your glucose is high. Hey guys, well, there's other things like adrenal fatigue, caffeine, and people who are like losing B's like crazy and D's, and they're not adapting for those reasons because adrenals have to build before you keto adapt. So if you want to learn more about how to get to a state of ketosis, if you want to learn more about how to start the ketogenic diet, if you are looking to talk to someone like myself who has a lot of experience, and I'm up at 900 people, you can go to stephanieperson.com, Stephanie the Business Person, my Facebook fan page, because I do a lot of posting about the body and not about food porn and a bunch of lies like high protein's okay and cheese is okay. No, I don't do that. Um, if you want to learn more, go to my fan page, Stephanie the Business Person, or Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram. And keto is not easy, guys. But once you cross that bridge over to ketosis land, it is the best friggin' shite ever. Nothing can be good at the tender age of 48 and counting, 6 years and counting, being in a state of ketosis, loving life. I can eat a breakfast, fast in the middle of the day, have a ton of energy, got some energy. Yeah, so you guys know what to do, and I think I'm about to peace out. Be very careful for all the crap that you hear on the internet because they will feed into your ego. You will get confused. There's a lot of lies. When people go, how do you get your information? I'm like, from you guys, 900 people deep. Peace out. Think.